Doug, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. A great morning today in Baton Rouge, isn't it?
It's a great morning, Dougie. It was a great weekend. Obviously, forget about the delays, suspensions, and everything that went into Saturday. Tell me about the two games that LSU played this weekend.
Well, they were just dominant. 14 love in the first game. Paul Skeens was dominant. That lineup was a nightmare for Kentucky pitching. And then yesterday, you get 9 hits, and incredibly enough, all 9 starters had 1 hit each. And it was just so apropos for the way the season has been. It was just a team victory offensively, and you had good enough pitching to win. Ty Floyd and, of course, Big Riley Cooper did great, and Gavin Guidry went in and slammed the door shut. Didn't just gently close it. He slammed it over the final 2 2/3. That kid, he is fun to watch. We've been talking about how the Tigers get to Omaha all year, Jordy, and here we are going to Omaha.
Doug, it seems like they're playing right at the right time as well. Baseball is such a long season. There's so much adversity that you got to fight through, and LSU has done that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Playing your best baseball at the end of the season is a must, obviously, to win the College World Series. And, I don't know if we're playing our best baseball, but we're playing pretty good baseball right now.
Offensively, it seems like they busted. Last weekend was the pitching. This weekend was the offense. What did you take away from the lineup?
Well, again, they're just so dominant up and down. Everybody in the lineup can hurt you. Josh Pearson sitting in the 9 hole is as dangerous as they come. Joe Bear Thompson, 7, 8, 9. That's a pretty good 7, 8, 9 in your lineup. And then, of course, you got to start with Cruz and go to Tommy White. Several times over the course of this weekend and last weekend, White and Cruz would come up with big moments and lots of runners on base. But I'll just sum it up like this: I'm glad I ain't pitching against this lineup.
That's right. Doug, what about the scene for Dylan Cruz, 9th inning, and everything that came afterwards? From your point of view, seeing that, calling it on the radio, what was that moment like for you?
One of the coolest moments for me in that broadcast booth. Of course, the kid has done it right the whole time. He's quiet. He's humble. First guy there, last guy to leave. I have 3 boys. I hope they watched every step that he took out of the box, in his 3 years here. But to get up there in the top of the 9th with runners at 2nd and 3rd and hit that double, the emotion. I've got the chills just talking about it. He slid into 2nd, immediately got up, and you just rarely saw that type of emotion from Dylan Cruz over those 3 years. But he immediately, he put up the heart sign with the hands and then pounded the chest. It was just it was a special moment, and absolutely the way that it should have ended in Baton Rouge for Dylan Cruz.
What about that play Thompson made yesterday, Doug?
Wow. Man, I'm telling you, we've seen some great plays, and, of course, can't remember them all. But let's just put it this way. I don't recall seeing a play at the box in my last 8 years of broadcasting anywhere close to that one. It was as big league gets. He looked like Derek Jeter out there.
You have been a part of great teams that this part of the year you're taking off. You're going to Omaha. How cool is this as a player? A lot of these guys are experiencing this for the first time.
Well, I'll tell you how cool it is. That regional romp, that is what we call it, where you run around the field and you thank all the fans for being there all year. It's one of the coolest moments as a player that I ever had. I still remember it vividly today. And these kids don't realize it yet, man. But I went down the field last night, and I know a couple of the parents personally, and I've known them for a long time. And I made sure that to tell them that this is going to be one of the greatest times in your family's life. It'll rarely get better than what it is here, and your kids are having so much fun. You got to enjoy every second, and that's the truth. It truly is a moment you'll never forget, and we just don't get that many of those moments, throughout life.
From one ace to another, Doug, what did we see in Paul Skeens this year now that we've seen him close the book on his time at Alec Box Stadium?
Well, Ben McDonald will always be the greatest of all time, but Paul Skeens this might be the best college pitcher that we've ever seen for a year here. I don't know if he could be much more dominant. He's 14 strikeouts away from catching Ben McDonald and 40 less innings pitched. He still hasn't walked his 20th batter of the year. The opening and the first inning the other night, he wasn't sitting at 100. He was sitting at 101, 102. He never threw a ball below 100 miles an hour in the first 2 or 3 innings. You know, Jordy, I don't know that we'll ever see that again. And I don't mean here at LSU. I mean just in college. Not only his balance of power and command is literally something that we've never seen and may never see again.
Doug, does he have a flaw? Is there something that he doesn't? Is there something that, from a pitching standpoint, that you say he could improve on this? Golly, that alone right there.
That's your answer.
I mean, that alone right there.
There's nothing that just jumps out. I mean, he's just everything you're looking for. 6'6", 250 pounds, throws 102 miles an hour. You know, I'd like to think maybe he's got some bad habits or something, but no. There's absolutely nothing that would prevent me from giving that guy $10 million as the first pick in the draft.
The shot that Tommy Tanks hit on Saturday night, you've called a lot of shots out of that out of the box. Where does that one rank?
That was a bomb. That's one of the furthest we've ever seen there. It's 450, 60. I didn't go get the number for it. In fact, they don't let us use it for the NCAA, the TrackMan. But anyway, it was an absolute bomb. And how much fun was it to watch Tommy White this year?
I know.
Coming in with, 20-plus home runs. He's literally knocking down legend after legend every time he swings the bat up, increasing his or going higher up that season RBI list. I mean, it's just he is a special player, and I'm glad we've got him back another year.
A former Omaha Royal, a former ace on LSU staff, and now a part of the LSU Sports Radio Network. Doug, have you gotten the call yet? Are you making the trip?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm trying to get out of Baton Rouge today to head down to Gulf Shores and Destin. My two boys have their quote-unquote World Series this week, and that ends up Friday, and I will leave Friday after those games, drive to some airport somewhere, and head out to Omaha, hopefully for another week or two, man. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy couple weeks, but I'm looking forward to it.
Have a great call. Have great travel, Doug. Thank you for the time as always. Remember the Louisiana Firefighters Foundation bringing you our conversation with Doug Thompson each week here, wrapping up LSU baseball. Thank you, Dougie.
Of course, man. Y'all have a great week.
All right.